Well, I'm over here in Dad's shop today. I think he's going to come downstairs here. We're going to just try and do a couple things together. I know he has a project he wants to do, and I thought, you know, just to give me a chance to spend a little time with him. Plus, I can work on the bus. And what I'm going to do is I got these popper boards right here, and I'm going to turn this into the face frame of one of my upper kitchen cabinets. So that's what we're going to be working on. Alright, and since I'm just using scrap wood, which is great because it's reused as something that otherwise would have been just thrown away, I got to find the narrowest piece and rip them all down to that width so I have a uniform wood to work with. Okay, so now they're all ripped down to the same width. Basically now I got to cut off two 4-foot pieces for the lengthwise, and then I'll cut some of the uprights. So we're going to do that next. So you can see I have my two 4-foot rails cut and 4 of the uprights, and that will be the face frame of one of the upper cabinets. All I got to do now is put pocket holes in the back of all of these and screw it together. So we're going to be doing that next. Alright, as you can expect, I use the Kreg jig to put the pocket hole screws in all these pieces, the uprights, and we're going to go ahead and put it together here shortly. I'll put a link in the description for the Kreg jig. It's a fantastic tool. This is actually my dad's. I'm over his house. First time I've used it, and as you all know, I love them and they work great. So we're going to go ahead and get this put together, and we'll show you once we're done. You can see I have this face frame all together. It's 4 feet by 10 inches from top to bottom, and we have it all the pocket hole screws in, and that'll be one more piece done, ready for a cabinet. I just got to do the pieces that go behind and cut to the contour of the bus roof. This will be up like this. I decided to go with 3 doors. So let's get this all sanded down, and then another project done. Alright, it's very, very cold this morning. I think it's about 4 degrees when I just checked inside. I did just bring this thermometer thing out here. We don't really use it in the house. It's still reading kind of high, so I literally just set it down a minute ago. So I'm going to wait and see how far down it goes, and then see how warm we can get it with this. But I can tell you right now, it's not going to get toasty in here. Well, we're back on the bus, or I am at the moment. I got the heat going here, just started up. And I built this face frame, as you probably saw earlier, or actually earlier in this video. And today I'm hoping to get this contour drawn on something so I can cut out the plywood pieces that will go behind each one of these to separate the cabinet, and then determine where it's going to go. Of course, I have to rip this down an angle to meet the contour of the roof of the bus as well, and then there'll be 3 doors here for a cabinet. So stay tuned. Hopefully that's what we're going to do today. I just worked on this and got this all set up here. This is just a piece of cardboard, but I'll be able to lay this on plywood and get the pretty much almost perfect shape. Then I can fine tune the plywood piece when I bring it out here. Now, this is too long. The cabinet's only going to be here, so the plywood won't be as big as this. It'll be a little bit less because this is not that tall of a cabinet. So, but the important part of this piece was this roof shape, and we pretty much got that. So we're going to go and find some plywood and cut 1 or 2 of these out, because basically I got to assemble that cabinet to some extent, and there's going to be some unique features in it. The back of the cabinet, when you reach inside, will be open the last couple inches back here, because again, that's going to be my chase for any extra wiring. But there'll be a back plate inside the cabinet so stuff can't fall down in there, but you're able to reach down in if you have to get in there to run wires or something like that. But I think pots and pans are going to be up here anyways, so nothing's going to fall down in there. Of course, I have to have a base to the cabinet as well, so these will be a little bit less, so the base will be one solid piece the whole way, and we'll go from there. This first piece, which is going to be the base, it's going to be 1.5 inches shorter than the length of this cabinet, because the 2 side panels will be all the way to the bottom, And then of course the inner ones will be a little bit shorter to accommodate the thickness of the base of the cabinet. So we're going to go ahead and cut this off. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut out the two ends. It all makes sense when we put it together. So we're going to go ahead and cut two of these out. Okay, I never said I was perfect, so I forgot to accommodate for the angle of the bus. I just went and cut that now, and once I did that, of course, this piece is too long, which is no big deal. I'll just take it and cut it off on the table saw, but I got to do that next. All right, so I have all the pieces out here on the bus. Got all 4 pieces cut. Basically, I am setting up now to put some pocket holes in them so I can attach them to this. We're going to get it put together, and then I know we're going to have to do some fine tuning to these pieces. Once I try to put it up here, it's going to, you know, probably not be exact. So we're going to go ahead and assemble it here, and then we'll hold it up and do some sanding as needed to make it a nice tight fit. So you can see I got the back pieces on here, and of course it's the front. And what I did is I had some help holding it up, and when they held it up, I made some marks of some areas that are just need to be trimmed down a little bit so it fits nice and snug in the front. So these areas here I got to trim, and there's one area right here. So I'll get those sanded down so when we put it up in there, this front lip here is nice and tight against the ceiling. You can see I kind of have the base setting in place. I'm getting ready to screw that down. You can see that's the cabinet, the front of it. It's upside down right now the way we're looking at it, but I did pocket hole screw these panels in between the dividers, and now we're getting ready to put the bottom on. I did dry fit it up in the cabinet several times, and I had to use the belt sander. But as I did is I, you know, fine-tuned the contours here of a couple of them that were hitting. So when I put it up against the ceiling, this front lip right here was nice and snug and nice and tight against the ceiling of the bus. So we're going to go ahead and get the bottom screwed on here and hopefully get it up in place shortly.
Smiling.
What are you doing?
Holding it up. So
Hey.
I'm going to hold it up.
Hey, we got Tracy on video. Been working on these upper cabinets. We're going to have a face board on here to really match this up. After I did some trimming and stuff, I ended up with a little bit more gap than I'd like, but that's all going to be covered with one face board and then painted, and of course the whole thing will be painted. But we have pocket hole screws in behind going up, and in some of these uprights, these dividers, and into the wall, and a couple going to the back. So we got the bottom on it now. We got, you know, a pretty good amount of space. Just got to do doors. So just another project that's getting completed on the bus. So some nice upper cabinets. We're going to sand it on. I did a quick sanding of it, but I will sand the whole thing down again. We got it nice and lined up with a beadboard here, so it's nice and flush. There'll be a counter here. There'll be some lights here shining down. But the real test is, will this thing stay up here? All right, and let's find out. Well, it holds me. So that's good. That's about 145 pounds. I have no intention of putting that much weight up in here. It's going to be just a few pots and pans and stuff like that. But I'm happy with this so far. Tracy was helping me too. We were able to get this up in place. That's it. Thanks for stopping by Life the Wild Ride this week for this update on the bus build. Don't forget to click on the link in the description to go to the website if you're interested. I do have stickers over there if you want one of those. And all my other feeds go to that website as well, like Instagram and stuff like that. But that's really about it. I might put a few other links in the description of some things I use. Thanks for stopping in this week, and we'll see you next Monday morning. Have a great day. And remember, life is a wild ride. Tracy and I are getting ready to have some nice soup on the bus. And what we've been working on is this upper cabinet. So right now we're going to enjoy dinner right here at our impromptu dining table.